Hello, it's Chris and Derek from Penny's Hot Rods and Customs. We're working on this thing, 69 Fury.
Yeah. Old classy playboys.
Old Dusty.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them here.
And if you can hear over there, it sounds like a gas-powered compressor right behind that blue door. So Derek's got
that one. Nope.
Yeah, so we're not running that one because that one
it runs, but I can't run it.
Yeah, it works.
Bad cylinder.
Yeah, it works fine. It just you got to stop and let it keep up, and with the gas one, it just goes.
Yeah.
And we got it in a small little shack over there, so it not getting any fumes or anything in here, and we can heat that in the winter time. Well, pretty much is winter.
Can heat it so we can fire it up. So.
And it's not actually loud in here, so.
No, I'm surprised actually. Yeah. Oh, you turned the radio off?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Derek's gonna be sanding this and grinding this all down, and that I think he's got some more welding to do on that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get this done, put my icing sugar on it here, and then grind there, and then kind of bounce back and forth. So.
And while he does that, I'm over on this side fixing this stuff. That's all going to be cut to there, make a new lip. Same with here, and just a little bit down here. Here is fine. Under here, it's got a hole there. No holes. That's supposed to be there. But I'm gonna do that, and then I think I'm gonna get to the trunk extensions today. So I think I will get to doing that. Niceness. Took out all those. So that's what we're doing today, and we'll get some once that side's done and welded in, Derek will fiberglass it up, and now we can start burning that crap off with the gas powered compressor. So
be a lot quicker.
Yeah,
much quicker.
And then we can start just going over all this and just scuff it down or take it right down depending on what we do. But that's,
I do have in the future one day I'm going to buy a bigger compressor.
Yeah.
Right now this is going to work.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to get back to cutting out pieces. This is going to be so what my plan is I cut it there, cut it all along here down. I might make it two pieces, maybe one piece, I'm not sure. Go up close to this body line, and then underneath there, I'm not sure if the inner fender wheel's gone or that other side, the inner fender well was gone, partially gone, so I had to reconstruct that. So it's not as bad as on this side. So just checking out my nice and ratty interior. So I'm gonna cut that and start making a piece. Hey, Derek's just welding in a simple little inner panel that I made. Just that little. Let me get some light.
That's better. You can see.
The inner fender lip was rusted, so I cut it out and just made it a little simple. Doesn't have to look pretty.
Whose well is this thing?
It out of
well, it's pretty warped, but shorten it on here. Maybe I gotta straighten it.
Or we
shorten it
out of wire. I don't know.
Got wire.
Still got.
Might have to change that tip. Ugly, but it ain't gonna fall off.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't have to look pretty. That's on the inside, and it's gonna get covered.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna fall off. I'm not gonna weld here because that's just gonna end up back smooth.
You can weld right on the bottom.
Oh, I can?
Yep.
It's not gonna affect with the lip?
I'll have to grind it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I have to fix this.
It's not. Tip is a little screwed up.
Alright.
Yeah. Jacket's getting sparked on.
Nah. I can always just come in the other side and weld it all in.
Yeah. Well, now, yeah, it like the outside panel doesn't touch here; it touches the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'll just grind that. Okay. And this piece I just quickly bent up. It's not fitted yet, but it's just going to, once I fit it, it will go like so. Cover all that nastiness. But I'll.
It melted off.
Oh.
I'll let it cool down. The whole thing, because I can go.
Oh.
I can fix that.
Yeah. I'll cut this piece, trim it into place, and then start working on just this. This is just the lip here. A little bit more out there, and then that hole, which isn't bad. That's just gonna get covered and done. Hey, he's just tacking that in, and I got this all cut out, which I'm gonna make out of that. Just have to bend it, curve it, shrink and stretch it. And Derek's been busy on the other side. Car's so big it takes me a half hour to get around the other side. He's been that's all pretty much done. And he's put some fiberglass around there where we welded, and fiberglass in there where we welded. So that's just drying. So we usually put this fiberglass bondo over welds, and then if it needs bondo after that, we just put the regular plastic. So we find this stuff is a lot stronger, especially on welds and stuff like that. This side still needs sanded, but it's looking good. Just all those little piddly pieces of rust to get out. It's time consuming, but that looks very nice. As good as this car is gonna get. Alright, Derek's on the passenger side welding a little patch that I made for over there. He's pretty much ground all this, or sanded it, I mean, not ground. Even did up here, just needs a little bit of bondo in places. Still gotta weld that hole up, but this is where I made a patch here. This has all been sanded. That patch had been sanded, and he put some goop in there. That's all nice. So this is all pretty good. He's ground down where there's a dent here. I don't know how long ago, but there's holes that needs to be popped out. Where they use the slide hammer. There. Pop that out. So we're gonna have to weld those up. Then we're not gonna hammer it out, or we'll just fill it with some good shit. Well, that side's looking pretty straight. It's not gonna have to be much on here. And we're hoping there's slight little pittings there. We're hoping to just high build that after it gets a sealer coat, high build it and block sand it, take all that little stuff out. Derek's working on that. Once he's finished tacking that in, then I'll start making, I got a lower piece down. Make.
I'll turn the dial down here. That's a small dial. Just down that small, right?
Yep, the top one. That's the feed. You want the feed down?
Yeah, that's the feed.
Yep, it's down just a bit. Well, getting some progress done. Once I've finished that other little piece and Derek starting to weld in, I'm going to start making the inner quarters and the trunk extensions. So work on that. That's going to be a little bit, not sure how easy it's going to be. I'm going to make it as easy as possible. Because that's the trunk. The original one had little beads in there. I'm just gonna go straight up to here and then down. I'm not doing anything fancy, so hopefully hopefully that will get, well, after this today we should have a good portion of the back end all de-rustified, and there's not much rust in the front. A little bit in the front fenders, floorboards. So then we're just gonna Derek can work on body work. I can do some of the rust repair in the front, the floors, and doing other little things. We still have to put the rear window in. And we still gotta grind put some filler here and grind all the stuff that I replaced and get the front window in. But we'll probably end up painting it before we do all that, just so the paint's all nice and rounded. over the edge. Hopefully around Christmas time, or between Christmas and New Year's, we might try and paint it. Hopefully, depending on my vacation schedule. Okay, so started picking around and found a big, well, not a big rust hole, but it was so thin there that I decided to cut that out. All that's been cut out. So I've made this piece. This piece is going to go like there. And I made this little piece that's going to go there or there. And then once that, oh, I better aim the camera correctly. Right there. So once that's done, then once those two pieces are welded in, then I'll make a piece here and cap that off. So yeah, and Derek's finished all welding that. Just needs to be ground, and he's been.
Oh, it's terrible, but it'll get shattered.
Yeah, he's been mudding this side up. He ground all the old bondo off. There was rust forming behind it, and ground that off, and just finished slapping that on. So
it looks ugly now, but it'll be nicer later.
Yep. So I'm gonna get Derek to weld those couple pieces in on that other passenger side, and I'll start making the last two pieces, and then both quarters are done for rust, except for the inner fender wells. Then I'll start with those. Yeah, getting there. Okay, I'm attempting to make the inner or the trunk pan extensions in the inner rocker. So it's crude, but that's part of it. There's some sheet metal hammer belt vents, and this is going to be the top of the trunk extension. So this will go roughly like that. It can get tacked weld up to the bottom. This piece is going to go roughly like that. It'll get welded. We'll weld that first like that, and then this piece we're just gonna, once this is all welded, we're gonna heat this up a bit and then slowly bend that in, keeping that straight. So if you look underneath, if I get a flashlight, if you can't see, and the flashlight disappeared. I know where it is. Everything disappears in this scratch. It's going to be something like that. We just have to do a little bit trimming, but it should be good for this old heap. So we'll start tacking that in. Oh, first we got to tack the two pieces together. Push some holes in here or the other piece and spot weld that. And then that piece will be straight, this piece will be bent over, and we'll show you once we're starting to tack it. Okay, Derek and I went and did this gem of a piece. It's not pretty.
Yeah, but it'll work.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna work. Here, I'll get you to hold the camera.
Yeah.
While I test fit this piece of engineering marvel.
One day I hope to get a pan brake, but we're using what we have right now.
That's gonna go like that. It fits on the bottom, the quarter. This will just have to push down and weld. Hammer this up against the wheel well, weld that, and then go underneath and tack it to the quarter
tack,
lip.
and then cut this off so that way we can have a nice clean line here. So
yeah,
it'll look good.
So it's not perfect by any means, but it will serve the purpose of keeping dirt and crap out of the trunk.
Yeah.
And tools from falling through the floor. So.
And that's the whole point of it.
Yeah. So we're gonna start welding it in. We might have to heat it up with a torch just to bend it in, because we don't want it to force the quarter panel out anymore. So we might just start tacking it in and then maybe heat it with a torch so we can hammer it down a little bit, but that's not too big of a deal. So we're gonna start welding it in. Hopefully it stays put, and a lot of seam sealer is going to be used in this car. So, but it is what it is. It's a trunk.
Yeah.
It's,
as long as your wrenches don't fall out, you're doing good.
I've had that happen. Yeah, but so it'll work.
All right, I guess we got welding.
Yep, welding her in. Okay, it's tacked in there. It's not fully welded. We gotta do some hammering and stuff to make it fit, but it's in there. It's perfectly fine. I'm good with it. This slopes up here and then goes flat here. I'm not sure if the original one, I can't remember how the original one it did, but it's close enough, and for this trunk, it's perfect.
I thought I was going to say close enough. I know these goddamn frost hasn't killed them.
Yeah.
Too warm in here, I guess.
Yeah, they freeze in here, and then they gets warm, and the flies come out. Yeah, but that's fine. We haven't done the other side yet. We'll wait until next day. Derek's been sanding this. So this is pretty much almost all the rough stuff's done. Yeah. There's just little pieces there and there that just need a little touch up, but that's where this was hit before, and there was some damage and rust underneath the bondo.
Yeah,
the original bondo. So that's almost done, and it's like here you can see Derek sanded off. That's where the new quarter we put in is welded. You can see how little that's the fiberglass stuff.
Yeah, very little, and that's almost, I'm going to say that's about 98% done. I could just finish that with just high build primer.
Yeah, so that's excellent.
I got a little bit more to do on here because I got to fix it. I'm a little low spot here. But.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's another spot where it was rusted here, and we replaced it there, so it got a little bit pushed in, but that's normal bodywork stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're going to leave it as this. One thing... Yeah, I'm probably going to do it. I'm probably going to get a Plymouth sticker to put there.
Like a 70 Superbird.
Like a Superbird style, old style Plymouth. Maybe a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
And it's going blue, the original blue. So it'll be blue with probably a white decal, but that high, I'm thinking.
That'll look good. You got a silver tail pan here, a flat black hood,
blacked out hood,
and a white Plymouth decal.
Yeah,
not bad.
As of right now, I've changed my mind before, so but that's where I'm gonna go as of right now. So I got till after New Year's to figure that out. I figure we'll have it painted by then. So.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and comment and
subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see you on the next video for the 69 Cheap Prick Fury.